Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have this fabulous collection, Vintage Diary, from our friends at Crafters Companion. I can't wait to show you what I did with it, so come play with us. Here is a page I did using Vintage Diary collection. This gorgeous page using my auntie here has fabulous 12 by 12 paper, this wonderful vellum paper as well, little charms, these embossed cutting dies, really great greetings, a moment in time with you. So I'm going to show you all of these products and then get right to it and show you some other things that I did with it as well. Also added some little cream lace there, right here from 49 in Market. And these great little orchid posies from 49 in Market, just paired really, really well with this page. And you can see all of these items in the drop-down menu below this video on the Paper Wishes website. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look below this video in the description box and click on the link and it'll take you to the Paper Wishes website and you can see all of these little goodies. All right, so let's get right at it. So we have got all of these cutting dies and stamps and charms and wonderful things. So let's go through these. This is one is the Perfectly Parisian stamp set. It's got all these great little 9 stamps in there. Here is some greeting stamps. This was Adoring Sentiments. Really sweet. There's 15 stamps here. These are wonderful metal charms. They're gold metal. They're gorgeous. There's 10 pieces here. These were really fun to play with. And then we've got, this is the Key to My Heart die set. It embosses and cuts. I used that on the page I showed you. And then here's a cute little antique frame stamp set. It's got 2 little pieces here. That is really, really cute. It says it has 4 pieces. That's really strange. I used it. I don't remember having 4. Oh yeah, it's got the cutting dies with it. I forgot. So yeah, it's got the 2 stamps and then the dies to cut out with it. So that's great. All right, then we've also got, this is the Feathered Quill embossed cutting die, 2 pieces right there. I'm going to show you that on a project. And then we've got, this is the Moment in Time embossing folder. I can't really see it too well here, but I'll show you this on a card and it is really, really cool. Then we've also just added in this frame cutting die because we thought it went really well with the collection. This one's really beautiful and I'm going to show you this using the vellum. Then we've got the vellum collection right here. It comes in this big envelope. Here we go. Oops, I've got it upside down. And I've actually even used some out of this, but look at this vellum. It is so beautiful. It's got this beautiful flowers on it and envelopes and diary pages. Gorgeous. This one, oh, love it. Look at that. Beautiful. So there are 12 different sheets in that. And then we've got the 12 by 12 collection here. Whoops, it's not supposed to be there. Paper pad. Now there are 48 sheets in here and I think there's 3 of each one. It says they're single-sided, but they really do have this beautiful sort of sponge or cloud sort of print on the back of each one in different colors. So they technically aren't double-sided, but you can still like use this beautiful paper. So anyway, look at how gorgeous, you guys. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And if you love that vintage antique look like I do, you're going to love this. Look at that. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. All right, so let's get right to it. Let's get some more projects. So I've already showed you my page using this embossed cutting die with the key, the stamps, the little charms on there. Here is the embossing folder. All right, and as you can see here, I've cut this out of some of that, the paper from the reverse side in the paper pack. So, excuse me, here is the beautiful pattern side. But if you've got a scrap that you're not going to use, why not use this beautiful piece? And it's sort of a lavender color. And what I did with that was I just went to my blender brushes. I used the largest brush and some brown ink. This is a roasted coffee, a little prism ink pad. Let me show you. I'm going to grab my craft mat here. And I love how just putting some ink on this just really makes this embossing folder come to life. All right, so here we go. And because I'm using such a large brush, it really is picking up the raised details really well on this. And I love this feather piece too. I like to go around the edges really well and then kind of work my way in. And you can just see, ooh, I got really blotchy there, so let's keep trying that. There we go. There we go, and that's just picking up all those really fine details there. And then of course, I always like to clean this with an alcohol-free wipe just until I can get to a sink and clean that properly with some soap and water. All right, and then, so I use the key from that little heart die as well, right there, and I die cut that using hammered gold paper, which is just really beautiful. And I also added a couple more of these little orchid 49 Market royal posies and this great little antique frame with one of those great greetings in there. So really simple card to put together, but look at all that embossed stuff on there. It's great. All right, so now I wanted to show you, oh, here we go. Here is the card I made using this cutting die. So this die has two pieces. It has the outer frame and then this wonderful piece here. And I cut this using vellum. Okay, so it's got this beautiful vellum that you can see the scripts through it and all those different colors. And then I really wanted that to show up well on my card, so I just took that same color ink, that roasted coffee, that seems to go really well with this paper pack, and then I just glued this right over that. As you can see, I just went kind of an oval shape here using my blender brush, and then when I glue this down right there, I didn't put any here because why waste the ink? I'm going to take a die cut image for some paper. So basically I took some of that beautiful paper, I found a little section of roses that I loved, and then I just die cut this again, and then I used the center part. Put some foam tape under there. You'll notice here there's a little bit of ribbon, so before I foam tape this down, I took this light pink ribbon set, and there's a really pretty sort of salmon-y, peachy color, and I just glued a strip right there, and then trimmed those ends even with the card edges. And then I foam taped that beautiful sort of scallopy label shape right there. Then tied a bow with that same ribbon and glued that there. And then I used one of those great little metal charms right there. And I just tucked that right in under that bow. And then this piece right here is just a little teacup from the paper collection, and I just cut it out from some paper. Stamped a greeting on there, of course, before I foam taped that on there. So this card has got a lot of really elegant, pretty dimension. I love that. Right, and my last project here is this cute little hanging oval. Okay, it's about 8 inches wide. And for this I used these two oval chipboards. This one is 7 1/4 inches, and this one is 8 inch, and I just did one using them, layering them. And then the paper that I used right here is from the paper pack, and I really wanted to use one that had this diamond print on it. Let me see if I can find it really quickly here. Of course, it's at the back. There we go. Right here. So I took this oval and I glued it to the back of the paper right here, okay? And then once my glue dried, I turned the oval over and trimmed around the edges with the oval face up. So that way I have a nice edge to trim around. And then I just used some super fine gold embossing powder and an embossing ink pad, or clear ink, if you will, watermark ink. And I just went about, an inch around the scallop with the embossing pad, sprinkled on the gold powder, used the heat gun to heat that. So why do everything that's in the center of this scallop right here if it's just going to be covered? So I just basically just went around maybe 3/4 of an inch around that, left the center without any embossing powder. Then I glued a little bit of ribbon to the back of this, and then just went ahead and glued that on there. Before I glued the ribbon on, I used the stamp set. This one right here. Used this great little bird cage and also these little canceled stamp images right here. Little cluster of flowers. This is from 49 Market. That's the wrong one. Here we go. From 49 Market, these are sugar posies and huckleberry. I like to use these on sort of home deck things because they stand up. They have a lot of dimension on them, which is just great. Used one of those little metal charms again. And then right here, I got a chance to use this really pretty embossed inkwell and feather. And the inkwell I cut from hammered gold paper. And then the feather is from this wonderful violet suede paper. If you've never used suede paper, it's actually like a fabric on one side and paper on the other. So it's wonderful texture. And I glued that right there. And then I even added a little script greeting dazzle in gold. And you can buy these by the pack, and they have all different finishes. So I just added a little love there, and it all came together. So you guys, this is a really large collection with lots of goodies in it. So if you look to the right side of our video, you'll see the money saver on this. And it's a really great value, so definitely check that out. And below the video, we have a drop-down menu with everything I used: the embossing powder, the ink pads, the flowers, the blending brushes, and of course, all of these vintage diary items individually. So just check out the drop-down menu. You can see everything there too. If you're watching us on YouTube, then look below the video in the description box and just click on that link, and it'll take you to the Paper Wishes webisode page where you can see everything I just talked about. And if you really like our video, consider giving us a thumbs up. We do 3 to 5 of these a week, and you don't want to miss anything if you're not subscribed. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time.